Good afternoon. Thank you so much for being here. This is Tualatin Valley Community Band. We're just so thankful to have you here to share this afternoon with us. It's a lot of music. We're really excited about presenting all of it to you. Before we even start, thanks to everyone here at TUMC. We're just couldn't say enough about the way that we've been welcomed into their building and into their space. So we're just so thankful to be here and all the assistance they provide, helping us with the microphones and streaming, all this stuff. So it's not just a place that we rehearse, it really is a place that we get so much assistance and support. So we just, thanks to everyone at TUMC. Again, this is the best. Thank you so much. All right. That was Westminster Carol, Angels We've Heard on High. Our wonderful euphonium section, everyone. That's just so beautiful. They're a little down in numbers tonight, but you wouldn't tell. They're playing so well. They actually have a lot of really great parts today, so I think they're going to be great all afternoon. So that was a really nice arrangement there by James Hosay. And now, tonight, this next one is Silent Night. This is actually a really, really beautiful arrangement. The cool thing to me about holiday concerts, Christmas music, is that there's a lot of great music, but there's a lot of bajillions of great arrangements. So you can even do the same piece every year, but a different arrangement, find different colors or approaches. This is one I really have come to like. I think this might be the first time I've done it with the group, I think. Who knows? This is my 9th season with this group, which is so phenomenal. They make it so much fun to be here every Tuesday night, and it's to be this group is not. I mean, this is 35 years now. So over 35 years as a group. So I'm a small part of that. So, but I'm just really it's a pleasure to be here and be a part of this group. So, Silent Night, arranged by Jay Dawson. Now, whether you know it or not, one of the names inextricably connected to music of this season is Ralph Vaughan Williams, who's an English composer. A lot of stuff. So this next one is a Vaughan Williams Christmas, and it's kind of as happens a lot in music. They take like sketches and like pieces like written for piano and other like mediums, and then some guys come together like 80, 100 years later and stitch them together into a band piece, which is pretty common. And this is a pretty nice one. This is the three carols: Forest Green, Wassail Song, and Sussex Carol. And he took basically his own old sketches and things that he had carol tunes that we'll see. So I don't have to turn around away from you anymore. They were collected, arranged, adapted, and were harmonized by Vaughan Williams. So just took a lot of his other stuff and just kind of munge it together and make a band piece, which again happens a lot. So not a bad thing to do. There's a lot, because especially in a season like this where there's again so many different pieces of music you can present in so many different forms. It's nice to have ones that maybe were sitting at a desk that were for piano or violin or something. Someone takes it and put it in the band. Always nice to broaden our scope a little bit. So this is Vaughan Williams Christmas. It's set by Douglas Wagner, but yeah, it's all Vaughan Williams' stuff. Okay. Now, the next piece is, as I've done, I think every time I've done a holiday concert, I like to insert an old kind of cornerstone piece of the repertoire. So we're going to be performing the Second Suite in F for Military Band by Gustav Holst. First written in 1911, didn't receive its premiere until 1922, but still, this is a 100-year-old piece. If you ask anyone who's been around band for most people have played this piece. I would say, how many of you played this piece before you played it in this band? Yeah, so this is really, really central to who we are as wind band musicians and kind of our heritage as overall as band members. But I love to have something like this in all of these concerts. I think it just fits. Honestly, if you listen to it, it doesn't sound all that un-holiday, mostly because Holst is British and, that's just how they write. So that's not derogatory. That's great. It's a positive thing. So this piece actually is in 4 movements. The first one is a little lengthy, so don't get impatient. The next 3 just move right through. So don't. If you're thinking like, oh man, this is a long. The first one's a little, but the next 3, you'll be. Oh wait, I want 5 more. But so just you'll love it. It's great. This is, if you haven't heard this piece before, I'm always happy to introduce non-band people to really, again, this is the cornerstone of what we do. This is so much of our heritage as band musicians. Again, 100-year-old piece. So I hope you enjoy it. 4 movements of the Second Suite in F. They are March, Song Without Words, Song of the Blacksmith, and Fantasia on the Dargazon. Here we go. Wonderful. All right, hope you enjoyed that. We're going to reset a little bit, take a 10-ish minute break. We're going to set back. When we come back, we're really excited. I'll talk a little bit more on the other side, but we are going to do a world premiere on the other side of this break. So really excited about the piece we're working on. I'll tell you more about it when we come back. All right, thanks, everyone. Okay, welcome back. Again, thanks so much for being here. We're going to start with a pretty neat moment. So I think one of the really cool things about being a teacher or a director, right now involved in music or of any sort, but for me with Wind Band, is the opportunity to reach out to composers, and we do what's called commissioning work. So we call them and say, hey, I want this kind of piece. Are you interested in writing it? And you kind of talk about it, and you kind of develop a plan, and that's how new art gets created. So it was either a year ago or 2 years ago, we performed a piece called Fanfare for the Festival of Lights by a Texas-based composer by the name of VanDoren. And we played it, and it was really well written, and we had fun doing it. And I just thought, and I read actually in Evan's program notes, and there just kind of talked about how there isn't a lot of music for the Hanukkah season. He says as a young Jewish musician, he played great Christmas music, which he loved, but realized there wasn't a lot of music for Hanukkah. So he, as a former teacher, but he was a composer now full-time, he decided to write a piece of music. Well, we liked it, had fun with it, and I thought, that would be really cool to aid in the creation of more art, more music. So we talked about it as a group and as a board, and we decided we wanted to approach him. So I contacted Evan. He and I had a couple of really nice conversations, and then he just goes from there, and he just kind of does his thing. And on the other end, you get what we're about to perform, which is the world premiere of Light the Menorah by VanDoren. Evan is like I said, Texas-based composer, and he writes a lot for marching bands all over the country. But he is, as you'll hear right now, a very talented composer for concert band as well. So we have loved putting this piece together. I believe in your program there should be some notes about kind of what he put together and what kind of his basis of thought for it. And we really didn't put a lot of boundaries on him. I just kind of said, this is what we're going for. You know the material. You know kind of what I said, just kind of let him go for it. Talk a little bit about what we are and what we do, and kind of the kind of music and types and levels we usually play, but from then he just kind of went with it. And we're just really pleased with the result. A few weeks ago, we actually, with a little bit of technical strife and struggle, but we did have an online video chat with Evan while we were rehearsing, so you got a chance to hear what we were doing and kind of give us a little bit of feedback. Hard to hear over that type of technology, but it really got him a chance to kind of get an idea of what we were doing with it, kind of where we were, and that was a lot of fun to see him on the other end. So Evan is back home in Cedar Park, Texas. He's watching. So, Evan, once again, we're just so proud of the work on this piece, and we're just really, really thankful that we got the opportunity to work together, and really thanks so much. So, we're really excited to share this with you. This is the world premiere of Light the Menorah by Evan VanDoren. and once again, if he's still on, just hope he's still watching. One more hand for Evan VanDoren back home in Texas. It always makes me think, when we're able to text, email, phone call with these composers and have them on video chats, like how that would have changed our medium 100 years ago. If someone could just call Holst and say, hey, what does this articulation mean in this movie? It would have been pretty cool. Although that means he could get a hold of me when I do something he doesn't like. So, but it's really, I say this all the time, and it really is, I think is incredibly true. We're right now in a golden age of band music. I think we've in the last maybe 20, 30 years, composers have started to write. I mean, it's kind of always been that way, but now it's like really great composers are realizing how much color and how much emotion and communication you can have with an ensemble like this. Orchestra is fantastic. I have no problem with the symphony orchestra, but as much as I make fun of them, saxophones are really useful. Like they're really helpful, and they do a lot of really cool things. I think that's, guys, I can't be much nicer to saxophones. That's about as good as it gets. So take it. No, I really like. So it's amazing right now that we have really world-class composers writing music for this type of ensemble. It just produces some really amazing art. So amazing art, like the next piece. It's called Christmas Carol-oke, which I told them I didn't want to say out loud, but I did. And this is good. There's some words in here. I'll do my best to turn around and when it's time to sing. But I'm gonna tell you this ahead of time. So if you think something is weird is happening here, it's not just you. This is very unusual. Those of you who are musicians will agree. This is very strange. It's a sing-along, but during the singing parts, there are key changes, which is super weird and really mean to the singers, if you ask me. So if you're singing, you realize all of a sudden, oh wait, this sounds really bad. We've changed key. It's okay if the first few counts are weird. Just follow along, you'll be great. So, but if you got complaints, it's now 2024. You can just call Larry Clark and let him know what you think. So no, don't do that. Don't call Larry Clark and tell me what you think. So, all right. But yes, just really. This is a tradition to do these kind of concerts. Always fun to have a sing along. So here we go. I'll hopefully remember to cue you when it's time. All right, here we go. Words around the back. Yeah, the words are all right, here we go. Cool. All right, here we go. one of my favorite things about this group over the last years is when I came here, one of the things we talked about in the interview, kind of in the initial stages, was wanting to take the group to some new directions and try some new stuff. But I think that what didn't get talked about in the interview, which I think was really good for me, has been good for me long term, is helping me loosen up a little bit. When you do community band, you do a lot more pop stuff, movies, and things like that. That I do a little bit with high schoolers. I should probably do more, but I've been accused of being a snob more than once when it comes to music. So this next one you hear, the first time we did this, I admit, I turned my nose up at it a little bit. But this year, I was doing it, bringing it back. It's warmed up to me, and they play great. It's really fun. So this is called Secret Agent Santa, which, again, if you know me really well, you know what this feels like for me to say this. But it's really fun, and actually, they're playing it so well. It's just a really fun, neat piece of music. So imagine Santa's a secret agent, and it writes itself from there, folks. So this is Secret Agent Santa by Jeff Simmons, and we do have a lot of fun with this. So Secret Agent Santa. Okay. We're about to do our last one, the traditional last piece. I'll leave it. It's a surprise of what it is, of course. No one knows what's coming next. All right. So, really, just from the bottom of my heart, just thank you so much. I know I speak for all of us. You're why we do this. Like, we want to share our art and our work with other people. We want to get it out in the community. I think I'm, at this point, contractually obligated to say what I'm about to say. So, our name, it has a few very important parts of it. Band is obviously the most important part, because that's what we do. But the next part really is community. I really just, to be able to play for people that are not necessarily connected to members of our group, you're just community members that want to hear music. That's why we do this. We want to share our art, what we do. I mean, don't get me wrong, we have fun just rehearsing every week, just us, because we like each other, we like making music, but we want to share it, perform for people. That's why we do this. So thank you for being here and supporting live music. It's not always easy to do, so I'm glad you could be here. And again, thanks to everyone here at TMC to provide us the space and the ability to put on these shows. So, yeah, thank you. Thank you. So yeah. I think it's also just so fitting at this time of year where we're just thinking about thankfulness for what's in our lives, and so for me to be able to perform with these people who I tell them in my own ways, but I hope they know this is just so much fun for me and really just is fulfilling. I love my job, but as you might understand, being with high school students every day does wear on you in certain ways. So being here with them on Tuesday nights and just I walk in, I do a lot. I do very little administrative work. These wonderful people behind me do all the librarianing and the board president, all that stuff, budget. I don't have to worry about that, which is great because it's not a strong suit of mine. So being able just to walk in and have fun conducting music and just and working with these people is just, it really is, it's really, really special. And I have my wife and son in the group too. So it's like really, it's not just a fun thing to do. It's really just something that is just very fulfilling on many levels. So it really is thankful for you to be here, but really it's for these people behind me. They're just amazing people. I'm sure most of you know at least one of these people. They're just the best, and they just make this so much really just fulfilling and wonderful experience. And I couldn't do it without them. It'd look really silly if I tried. So see, I hope my students someday can see these videos and. I'm very funny, and my students just don't. It doesn't come through. So yeah. Oh.
I'm Phil Pasteris. I'm just going to say a few words. I want to thank Kevin for leading this group and getting us really in shape for this concert. We sound really good today. Oh, the mic. Lord have mercy.
There you go.
Now I. It's on. Yeah, it's on. Okay. There we go. So I want to thank Kevin for leading this group. He's been doing it for 9 years, and it's been wonderful to be in this home at TUMC. We rehearse downstairs. We can essentially move all the percussion equipment, etc. So this has been a wonderful home for us. We have people of all talents in this band, and I just want to highlight one. Michael Goldschmidt is a robotics whiz, and he just happened to create a TVCB bell. So whoever's got one of these bells, we don't know if the intonation will be really good after this, but he did it with a 3D printer, and so we're going to be using this thing probably in Cook Park this summer, where you can see it more easily. But thank you for all the donations you've made. What's this? Oh, he's got a lighted one. Hold it. Oh, look at that. I guess a certain color means you're in tune, and another one means... But I'm colorblind, so I don't know. But anyway, our 2025 schedule is up on our webpage. And once again, thank you all for being here today. We really appreciate it, and we'll see you next year.
Yeah. Phil is the president of our group for a while now, and like we joke about him being president for life. But as far as I'm concerned, that's fine, because we all appreciate the time and effort that Phil puts into this group, and all the people that work behind the scenes to make this happen. It's pretty special. So we really love it. Yeah, it's. And we know this. We like community bands. There's a lot of them around, and across the country, some of them don't last very long, or they have organizational problems. That just it's nice to know that everyone runs great, and everyone just has this organization's health, and just honestly make it easy for us to put these shows on. That's we want to perform for people. So all right, but enough of me. You didn't come to hear me talk. I know that. So the last piece, it's the holiday tradition vogue. This is Sleigh Ride, and what's really cool about this piece is that from year to year, it never really changes, but it kind of does, but it's always a little bit different. But this is really fun, and it's a great way to end the show. So thank you for being here. I don't think we've had all of our dates. Oh, they are on there. Yeah, so check our dates. We'll be here in March. I know it's March. Oh, great. March is going to be awesome. I got a lot of cool things planned. It's a great program. I'm really excited about it. So can't wait to see you in March. But thanks for being here. Sleigh Ride by Leroy Anderson. again, everybody. See you in March. All right. Yes. A few logistics.